down to the foot. Like what I'm wearing. It said, clothed with a garment down to the foot. Because what can I remember that spirits don't have bodies and spirits cannot wear clothes, correct? Read on.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot and girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
Read on.
His head and his hair were white like wool.
His head and his hairs were white like wool. No, start from the 12th verse.
And I turned to see the voice that spake with me.
Read on.
And being turned, and I saw 7 golden candlesticks.
So John said he saw 7 golden candlesticks, right?
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks,
and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, right?
One like unto the Son of Man.
One like unto the Son of Man, right?
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
Clothed with what?
Clothed with the garment down to the foot.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle. That's what Christ is wearing. A garment, and he has solid gold girdle, right?
His head and his hairs.
His what?
His head and his hairs.
It said his head and his hairs were what?
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
His head and his hairs were white like wool. White is a color. Read.
As white as snow.
As what?
As white as snow.
As white as snow. Read on.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And his what?
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And his eyes as a flame of fire. Read on.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
And his what?
And his feet like unto fine brass.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
And if they burn.
Wait, and his feet like unto fine brass. Meaning what? The color of his feet was brown, so the rest of his body has to be brown. Read.
And as if they burned in a furnace.
So he looked so dark. He looked so dark if he was burned in a furnace, right?
And his voice at the sound of many waters.
And his what?
And his voice at the sound of many waters.
And his voice at the sound of many waters. Christ spoke so loud, he sounded like, his voice sounded like if it was many waters. Read.
And he had in his right hand 7 stars.
And Christ had what?
And he had in his right hand 7 stars.
Christ had in his right hand 7 what?
7 stars.
7 stars, right?
And out of his mouth went a sharp. Two-edged sword.
And out of his mouth a sharp 2-edged sword, right?
And his countenance was as the sun shineth.
And his countenance as the what?
Was as the sun shineth in his strength.
So he looked like he was shining in the sun, right?
And when I saw him.
And when I what?
And when I saw him.
And when I saw Christ, right?
I fell at his feet.
I fell at his feet. So John, when he saw Christ, he fell at Christ's feet. Read.
As dead.
As dead. Read.
And he laid his right hand upon me.
Christ laid his right hand upon John and said what?
Saying unto me.
He said what?
Saying unto me.
So Christ said unto John, read.
Fear not.
Fear what?
Fear not.
Fear not.
I am the first and the last.
I am the what?
I am the first and the last.
I am the first and the last. That's what Christ said to John. I am the first and the last. Read.
I am he.
I am what?
I am he.
I am he. So therefore, right there, that's another cut. Christ is a man, not a woman. It said, I am what?
I am he.
I am he. If somebody said they are he, meaning they are a male person, right?
I am he that liveth.
I am what?
I am he that liveth.
I am he that liveth, right?
And was dead.
You know?
And behold, I am alive forevermore. Amen.
And I am alive the evermore. Amen. Meaning Christ is still living. He's still out here. He just went